All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Yahweh Kodash, the blessings to the elders and apostles of Great Mister, Shalom to the elect pushing this word in truth and in sincerity, with the hope of receiving mercy at Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son. These so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the prophecies that are written in the scriptures. I want to make it known that RFID microchip is the MOTB. Serpent juice is the precursor to the MOTB. Yahweh Shai, whom dwelling that they call Jesus, is about to make his return upon the earth to deliver his elect and to pour out judgment, as it is written. This is the Ak Yashamar from the Kingston, Jamaica camp, with another lesson concerning the evil times to come, as is written in 2 Ezra 8 verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And there is a shift coming, as I was listening to this clip, full spectrum, we made a statement, say a whole new world. And that's exactly what the inhabitants of the earth is faced with right now. Everything that they once knew is about to change in this system that is being developed and pushed around the world, which is this system is going to be a total control system. So if right now we see what take place right now with the immigrants around the world, I can't just say even over in America, everything might not seems to be connected, but it is. Because due to these immigration crises, they're going to bring on new legislation, new laws to combat this problem, as they call it. And these laws are infringe upon your so-called rights. These are the times that we are coming into right now. So let me run the scripts here, get a better wave up when I'm really speaking on.
All right, everybody, it is February the 2nd. We are rolling into a whole new world here in the United States of America as we prepare for what's about to happen. We have protests taking place all across the USA right now. Some of them are getting massive, and it starts to look a little bit like what we saw with the BLM protests back in the COVID days. What I'm starting to see right now is very similar to that. We're starting to watch the people organize, the media is starting to push a certain agenda, and we're starting to see what could become massive protests across the United States of America. So guys, we are just tuning in here. It is 7:45 to 7:40.
So right off the bat, we just attack this, because this is not nothing surprising unto us. This is 2 Ezra 9 verse 1. It said, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproar of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and ended in effects and signs. And right now, as the Imam mentioned of the uproar, this is something taking place for a while now, but it is what? It is escalating even more and more. And this is a worldwide event, uproar of the people in the world. And everywhere, the uproar is because of the different measures the government is implementing.
So guys, we are just tuning in here. It is 7:45 to 7:48 p.m. Central Time. I am at the southern end of the Appalachian Trails watching these events of our world happen. Go ahead and drop a location, generalized location of where you're at, maybe anything you did to prepare today. My wife is out there, and we had just made some beef tallow body lotion or hand lotion, 100% beef tallow. We're adding in some things like lemon balm and some other stuff. So that's a little, and we did some rock hunting today. We were looking for arrowheads in a dried up creek bed. So that was our have fun and do a little bit of prep work. Now we're on to seeing what's happening inside the USA. Let's get to it before we wait any longer.
Tariffs against Canada. Well, it could happen if they do anything. We will. Canada's been very abusive of the United States for many years. They don't allow our banks, and you know that Canada does not allow banks to go in. If you think about it, that's pretty amazing. If we have a U.S. bank, they don't allow them to go in. Canada's been very tough on oil, on energy. They don't allow our farm products in, essentially. They don't allow a lot of things in, and we allow everything to come in. It's been a one-way street. We subsidize Canada by the tune of about $200 billion a year.
So here's Trump sitting there saying right out in the open what the problems are, that we subsidize Canada, and Canada is ruining the United States of America, the people and the banking system of the United States of America's ability to get ahead. Now, of course, they're looking for a little bit of their own special play here. There is always an agenda going on, but let's face it, we need more money in this country so that hopefully that money filters down to we, the people, at some point in the future. So let's just hope that the right things are being done and that you and I start to see some of the fruits from what is happening right now.
The leadership of Canada.
I've got another video up here tonight. I want to kind of jump right to it if I can find it real quick. This is Trudeau of the Canadian government, and in that video, Trudeau loses it. Like he's asked about what is going to happen with the trade war, and he's asked about, well, what's going to happen when Donald Trump does what he says he's going to do, and he doubles down on Canada's tariffs. Trudeau shuts his mouth immediately. It's really an amazing thing to see how quickly a government leader can be shut down when facing the facts, because let's face it, tariffs are going to tear into the economy. They're also going to make it bad for you and me. I'm not jaded there. I understand that you and I are going to see an increase because these corporations are going to pass that tariff right on to you and me. So we're going to get to it tonight. I can't find it real quick on the tab. Let's see what Trump has to say about the finishing touch here.
Something's going to happen there, but if they want to play the game, I don't mind. We can play the game all they want. Mexico, we've had very good talks with them, and this is retaliatory. This is retaliatory to a certain extent. Millions of people flowed into our country through Mexico and Canada.
Now, I'm starting to see a lot of information that the fentanyl crisis inside the USA is actually coming in from Canada. I don't know how the validity of that, but I can see it because Canada is able to get a whole bunch of Chinese chemicals in there without any real regulations. We have another video on that, so make sure that you stay tuned here. So maybe it is. We have people calling in from all over the USA, South Mississippi, talking about Venezuela and the Canada and the Panama Canal. Troy's Reviews says, "G'day, Brad, to the live shows, heaps of information. Keep up the awesome work." Thank you guys so much. Hey, from Albuquerque, so glad to have you here. All right, let's move past this. All right, this is the Polish soldiers opening fire on, now I don't know the types of people these are, but
so as you can see, you live from one store to the next. That's how the world is moving now, yo. You have so much things taking place right now in different regions around the world. It is amazing how the inhabitants of the earth can say we're in the last days, yo. But that's just the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, yo. Because as you can see, the days will get darker. People will get more cold with each other, you know. Nobody regard each other anymore, yo. So
this is Dabu7, an update to the chaos down at the border as things are escalating on a daily basis. We have back and forth shooting events that are happening, And we now have the cartels greenlighting the use of weaponized drones that have explosives, bombs, any other weaponry that they can get on them against anyone protecting our country. All the ICE agents, Border Patrol, all the sheriffs, law enforcement, any military, anybody that's trying to protect our border, they're fair game now for these targets. So I told you it was going to go to another level. It looks like that's the case. It also looks like there's some infighting between the cartels down there on the border area. I would suspect that the United States government has infiltrated one of them to get at the other. That's normally how they operate. If not, they have the Apaches, the drones, the military, everything down there ready to rock. They could really just start to blow these guys out of the water. It's pretty crazy because this is a full-fledged war front at this point, and it's only going to get worse from here as things progress. Now, I've got a clip here that puts out a warning, and it speaks on this memo, but just a heads up for everything that's been going on down here at the border.
We also just got our hands on a memo out of the Rio Grande Valley sector that actually says that, this is kind of crazy here, that the cartels authorize the use of weaponized drones, explosives against CBP personnel and U.S. law enforcement down there at the southern border. Now, they're actually being encouraged, of course, to remain cognizant and vigilant, but they're also being encouraged to use their long arms, Blake. I have never seen this in a CBP memo before. They say, wear your ballistic gear, yes, but they're telling them, hey, have your long arms. Yes, they are.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm Stephanie Quinu. This is another live look right here of the White House as President Trump's administration officials, including border czar Tom Homan and the acting deputy attorney general, visited Chicago on Sunday to witness the start of increased immigration enforcement. Immigration and Customs Enforcement saying that it made 956 arrests nationwide on Sunday. Meanwhile, immigration raids were also made in Georgia. Federal officials say they took people into custody in Atlanta, Cartersville, and Savannah, although no word as to how many were detained in those raids. Good Day's Mark Teichner picks up our developing story live from the ICE Atlanta field office in downtown Atlanta. Good morning to you, Mark.
Yeah, good morning. We'd heard rumors.
Well, I know what just in the shadow of Egypt, yo. So right now, a jumper sent for you all on now. Let's get a precept. This is Isaiah 30 verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take a counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down to Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that gonna do, yo. That's why so much old people are left from their country flooding into America, yo. And the thing is, them don't even know the judgment prepared for America, because if you just have a clue, you just stay ass in your country, yo. Verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that is going to be our people in the times to come, yo. We're not going to say the things them only they believe in this world was vague. The lies that you were told by the government, these things are going to cause that chaotic events, events, when people say, oh, them don't even have control over themselves anymore, yo. Because you're coming upon a total control system. What are you going to do in those times? Because the elite, they are the ones that are creating this chaos, yo. to push a particular narrative, because a lot of people them are gonna cry when the chaos reach to that point, yo. And a lot of people are gonna break through the pressure. And them are gonna willingly accept a lot of measures, laws will get implemented for under the guise of safety, yo. When them start make even allegation of terrorist attacks, you know. So them are gonna build up laws concerning traveling, more stringent laws. But our people that love to go down to Egypt, they're gonna be judged with the Egyptians now, which is America. And that's what the Lord said in verse 8 said, "Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come, forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us, writings, prophesy unto us." Let me read this one more. Which say to the seers, see not, and prophesy, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. And this is the mentality of these so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. When Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, through His mercy and grace, have rise up past according to His heart, to go there to feed you with knowledge and understanding, because without wisdom and knowledge, you're not going to be stable in times to come when the world, when the world bug out. It's just a few is going to be stable, and they're going to be stable through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, not of their own merit, but of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Verse 11, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cast the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because he despised this word, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans despise the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So you despise Yahushai and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And this is how your destruction is coming, to all who trust in this world. And that's why even in 2 Corinthians 15, the Lord mentions that all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So it's okay if we do not believe us in the things that we're saying, But the Lord is going to bring these things to pass before your eyes.
Morning. We'd heard rumors that these raids were taking place, but it wasn't until yesterday afternoon that the folks here at ICE confirmed that that was in fact the case. Sunday, federal agents take suspected illegal immigrants into custody during a series of Georgia raids. The Atlanta DEA field office posted photos of them assisting ICE agents in Atlanta, Cartersville, and Savannah. Atlanta's Homeland Security field office did the same, with a photo showing a person being taken into custody at what appears to be Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. An ICE spokesperson said the Atlanta raids will, quote, preserve public safety and national security by keeping potentially dangerous criminal aliens out of our communities.
They're as bad as the bloodthirsty MS-13 gangs that we have gotten all over the place. We'll get them out.
Similar raids are taking place all over the country as part of President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration. Sunday alone, ICE says it took almost 1,000 people into custody nationwide.
We can do what we can with the money we have. Every national security threat that we find removed from country success, there's no number on it.
But some Democrats say the raids are targeting not only criminals and gang members, but also people who don't pose a threat.
They're going after people who are law-abiding, who are holding down jobs, who have families here. These are not people who are causing problems in our country, and what we need is a path to citizenship for them.
A massive show of federal force today in the Bronx operation targeting dozens of undocumented immigrants.
One of those arrests is a member of a notorious Venezuelan gang wanted for several crimes, including burglary.
So ICE is now on the march, taking down gang members and criminals, many of whom are only in New York because of its sanctuary city protections. Protections, which have attracted some of America's worst criminals looking to avoid deportation, while benefiting from a lax legal system that doesn't see robbery, theft, or assault as jailable offenses. But things have changed, and the federal government is now here making arrests. In fact, ICE just took down one of the ringleaders of a Venezuelan gang everybody in this country thought.
So, just showing you how this year start, you know, and Trump walk into power and him start with a bang. So let's see how this year play out, yo. Hope this was edifying with that. I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Korash. Shalom.